Good morning, my name is Terres Unsoeld and I am the master teacher of Tama Do Academy and Fabian Maman's spiritual couple. And I'm here today in the beautiful sunny Alpes of our Swiss level 1, not the shamanic, this is Swiss level 1, summer intensive. And I would like to talk to you about the power of intervals. What is an interval? An interval is a relationship between two notes. If you have one note, there's no movement. It's one person all by themselves, just stagnant, waiting for somebody to come along. And the person that comes along happens to be the next note, the neighbor, which is a dissonant second. And this neighbor annoys us to no end. This interval, a second interval, is what Fabian Maman, the founding father of vibrational sound therapy, used in his sound cellular research to break up cancer cells. It explodes things. So why in the sound healing world do we use, I don't, but why do they use the Ionian scale, which when you put two notes together are dissonant seconds? Why do they use this scale? For the chakras? It makes no sense at all. In Tama Do Academy, we use the cycle of fifths for the chakras. I'll get to the fifth interval, the most expansive, the most empowering of all musical intervals. Any musician knows that. I guess there are not enough musicians in sound healing world. Oh, I'm going to get in trouble saying that. So after a second interval, we have a third. Very sweet, very emotional. Oh. Very sedating. So when you get tired of your partner who's a second, you're very happy when somebody who is a third interval comes along. Oh, you like tea? I like tea too. You and me, tea together. We're so happy with our tea. And you're so in love, and everything is so sweet, and so quiet, and so boring, because everything is so sweet. And we as a human being just has to have a little picante in our life. And here comes the fourth interval. Oh ho ho! This is the interval that they use with the Bulgarian singers, the women, and it wakes up the brain. And we get out of our, what is it, sophomoric? No, soporific. The soporific, emotional third interval to the fourth. Oh, thank God, I don't have to feel anymore. Life is exciting. The brain is exciting. I'm excitement. Fourth. But if you live with a fourth interval, oh, that gets to be a bit active, a bit agitating, and you just might want something more expansive. Fifth interval. Before you date, before you marry, before you do much of anything, find your fifth. Tama Do, woman, looking for a fifth. The fifth interval is in sacred geometry the most empowering, obviously, and it's the battle cry. It's the interval that was used to break down the walls of Jericho. They used it in battle. Fabienne always says that the French, they didn't use fifth in their national anthem. They always use thirds. They lost the war, but they won the girl. So here we are with the fifth. And the fifth is not only the most empowering, but when you play it softly, gives the most space. And in this space, we can breathe. We expand. We expand beyond our terrestrial human trauma into the nature, into the stars, into the light. And in the space, we find God. We find the God within, and we expand to become one with all luminous light beings outside of us. There is no separation in a cycle of fifths, which is what Fabienne Maman created, uses for the chakras in Tama Do Academy. You want to marry a fifth. And then after the fifth interval, we have the sixth interval. Which is a little bit like the third. It's very soft, it's very sweet, but listen to the third. You feel it inside. It's like emotional inside, where the sixth, we're reaching to the stars. And this is the song sound. This is the interval that they use in all the lullabies. Because the little babies want to climb back up to the light. Then, after the sixth, we come to the seventh. Uh-oh! The seventh is a little bit like the fourth. Fourth is inside, tension, agitation to wake you up. And the seventh, there is again that longing. We use the seventh intervals in jazz because it is looking for conclusion in the octave. So everything in Tama Do is about relationship. One note has to have a relationship of harmony with the next note. Nothing can be dissonant unless you're trying to break up cancer cells or break up an adherence or a negative crystallization in the muscle, scar tissue, etc. But if we want to harmonize with the world, harmonize with our own organism, you have to use what's called a coherent scale. And that's why everything is tuned in Tama Do like a piano. A piano plays music. And the notes in a piano, from the white key to the black, are coherent notes, meaning there is equal distance between the two notes. Our tuning forks are tuned to 1 octave below middle C. Chromatic scale, which Fabian's research, after many years, and this is another story, I'll do another YouTube on that, he determined that after trying many different modes, the chromatic scale actually works. It's so easy, he almost thought it's too simple. Why? And yet there are 12 main organs in the physical body, and there are 12 main notes in a chromatic scale. And a coherent chromatic scale means that between this note and this note, and this note and this note, there's the equal distance of the interval, so that we in Tama Do Academy, with our tuning forks, we can play chords. We can play music into our physical human beings that we're working on. And when you play music, it's harmonizing music, because everything is in relationship with each other. The physical body is like a Swiss clock. Everything has its place and its relationship to each other. And in Tama Do Academy, we use sound, we use color, we use movement to harmonize the physical organs, the acupuncture meridians, the chakras, the subtle bodies. We harmonize beyond our little being bubble to the 5 elements, to the 5 seasons, to the master stars, to the universe, to God. God is above and God is inside. And Fabian always reminds us, it's not the notes themselves. There is no magical note that is going to heal the world. What is actually going to heal the world is the silence. And how do we find the silence in sound healing? In the space between the notes of the intervals. The cycle of fifths. We also find the silence. I don't know if I can do this. In the nature, in the overtones of the wind and the water We are an academy of light. Everything we do is about the light. It's about God. Welcome home.